This is gonna be a long court case.
So,
Are you prepared? Are you ready? Is everybody here who needs
I'm
to
ready.
be here?
Yes, Your Honor. Everyone's
Yes,
here
Your
that needs
Honor.
to be here.
Hey, it's the 28th of June, 2023. This is the People versus Gary Grips. I'm going to read the statement of charges.
Dun dun.
Starting in 1995, Gary Grips used illegal methods to win pig wrestling
weren't illegal.
competitions, continuing until the 21st of June, 2023, where he viciously murdered Jobe Gossamer. Next day, he went to Massimo Gossamer's place of work, the SDSO, and continued to harass Deputy Massimo, not only about the death of his uncle Job, but also the death of those he loved, and attempted to rid Deputy Massimo of his own life. Once in custody, Gary Grips continued to brag about he was the one responsible for the multiple deaths and hiring the people who carried out said deaths. While in custody, Gary Grips admitted to the murder of Papa Gossamer, Mama Gossamer, Job Gossamer, Snake, 3 pig wrestling judges. Judges?
He was Italian.
1 Italian pig wrestling judge.
It didn't
and
count.
assaulting Cletus Hickey. He admitted to taking the bodies of the deceased victims and hiding them where no one would look. Is that the paperwork department at the SDSO? He stated multiple times his desire to kill all of the Gossamer bloodline.
Talk about it,
And
paperwork.
serving
Don't
time in
listen to him,
jail
okay?
would not stop him. A raid of his apartment revealed multiple dead bodies.
sick bastard.
Smile.
If we fucking lose this.
Gary Grips, you are already standing. I need you to plead to each of these charges I'm about to read to you. Guilty or not guilty, listen to your
Please,
counsel.
please, 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 please.
How do you plead to? 1 time, felony
counsel's been
possession
told
of
not
human
guilty.
remains.
Up to 30 seconds, Your Honor.
Oh my God.
Guilty.
Okay. Oh, he's pleading guilty.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
To 1 time, assault and battery.
Guilty.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
yes.
1 time, disobeying a peace officer.
Please, please,
Guilty.
please, please,
2,
Guilty to it all.
conspiracy.
please,
All right, what do I say to that?
please, please.
Guilty.
Yes.
2, felony trespassing.
Guilty.
2, criminal threats.
Guilty.
2, attempted murder of a
What's he getting these
government
numbers?
employee.
That's not what I sent.
No contest.
What the fuck?
2, harassment.
Guilty.
2,
Go, Gary.
6 times desecration of a human corpse.
No contest.
Oh, please.
How do you plead to 8 times first-degree murder?
Please.
Guilty.
Oh my God.
See, look, I think we
Hey.
might win.
And finally, how do you plead to 1 times serial assault and killings?
Um,
Come on, come on.
not guilty.
Oh,
Okay, that's
that
the
is.
one. That's
He
the
doesn't
one
know
he
what
doesn't.
that is.
I don't think he
think
knows
he
what that
knows
is.
what
We have a plea of not guilty on serial assaults and killings.
But he pled guilty to
That
eight
is what
murders.
this court
All
case
the
will
murders.
Oh my
abide
God.
by. We will be contesting the charge of serial assaults and killings here
That's
today.
fine.
God.
Define serial, Your Honor.
Your lawyer can do that for you.
Define serial,
It's
lawyer.
not the one with the milk.
Of course.
He's gonna change his mind.
No, not that kind with the
Well, I
milk.
think we did.
Not
I
that
think
kind
that
of
was pretty good
serious.
for us.
I think that was a
100%.
huge W right there and then.
You being his.
He admitted to all the
Okay.
serial assaults and
And
murders,
here she is, the lady
but not
of
the
the hour.
serial assaults and
Hello,
murders.
Lead Andy Jones here to help you with your defense.
Oh God.
Step
that
on
what
up
I'm
with
here
step on up with James Hayes.
Oh,
this
good
we
God.
are contesting 1 time serial assault and killings. Your client has just pled
Your
guilty
Honor.
to
Serial
8
assault and
times.
killings.
Just pled guilty to 8 times first degree murder.
Yeah.
Your Honor, there might be a little
Strong defense.
misunderstanding with the serial part.
There's an actual physical misunderstanding here.
I think he thought that
Yeah,
he actually
so-
peed up
Hey,
a bowl of
do you want me to
cereal.
re-ask the question? I will allow you, Mr. Grips, to
Oh,
change your
Literally, the textbook is.
plea here.
What happens if
How
I
do you
plead guilty?
plead? If you plead guilty, we will move directly to a sentencing hearing.
Please, yes.
Um,
Come on. Come on.
In which
How many-
case, all
What
the
do I do?
legalities of the arguments will be put aside. We won't be arguing about whether or not you did these things. You've already claimed responsibility for all of them, apart from serial assaults and killings. And
I
we will
plead not
then
guilty.
argue. We
Oh
will
my
then
God.
argue as to whether or not you, what kind of sentence we should impose. Should it be a prison stretch? Should I just cut you loose? Should
Oh, yeah,
we go straight
oh,
to a death penalty and
oh,
drag you out
yeah.
back and shoot you?
Yeah, yeah.
He might come
Yeah.
loose. I think we're looking
Yeah.
good.
Your
Honor, I
Mhm.
plead not guilty. I know I plead guilty on the. Nope, I plead not
Serial
guilty.
assaults and killings. How do you
Yep.
plead?
Not guilty.
Okay, that's on the record. That's what we're going to proceed with. We're going to proceed with
Oh,
that.
good try,
If
guys.
the
Good try.
spoon doesn't fit
Oh, you
the
almost
bowl, acquit him.
What's going on, ladies?
Your Honor, I think I'd have to
Mm.
recuse myself from this case as I have no idea what it's about.
Stop.
You know, I'm the star of this case.
Massimo,
Not the
shut the
time,
fuck up.
Massimo.
Force me.
Not the time.
Grace, enforce me.
For a public defender, you will defend the public.
I'm not a
Yeah.
public defender.
You're
Yeah, you
signed
are.
in and being paid as a public defender.
I'm not paying you anything, okay?
We're not getting paid
This would be
shit.
good experience.
Yeah, I'm not paying you anything, okay? Let's get this out of the way.
I don't know how
Your
he's
Honor, can I have
gonna
a
pay him.
phone
He's
to at
probably
least
gonna
look
be
over
in jail
the
for
docket
life or
posting,
dead.
Asking
No!
for $1 million.
What?
Schwinghammer,
Yeah, Your
can
Honor.
you get Andy a phone?
Wait, did he
please?
plead guilty or not guilty?
You going down, Gabby?
Okay, prosecution. Now that we know what he's pleading guilty to and what he isn't pleading guilty to, are we ready to proceed with opening statements?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Fantastic. Defense. Do you want a few moments while the prosecution are doing this to get a opening statement together?
Yes, Your Honor.
Amazing.
course.
Okay.
Thank you.
This is all a conspiracy against me.
Okay.
Not guilty.
Prosecution.
To conspiracy.
Floor
I
is
may have said that.
yours.
Hey, Garrick, make sure you're
Thank you,
whispering,
Your
champ.
Honor.
Okay, there.
Honorable Judge, ladies, gentlemen, non-binaries, today we gather for the solemn purpose that lies at the very heart of justice, the trial of a human life and the pursuit of truth. In this courtroom, we are tasked with the responsibility of examining the evidence presented before us and seeking justice for the loss of multiple precious lives. The crime we confront today is a grave one. Murder. Murder, the most heinous acts, tears at the fabric of society and strikes fear into the heart of the innocent. It's a crime that cannot be ignored, for it demands our attention and compels us to examine every detail with unwavering scrutiny. But let us not forget the principles upon which our justice system stands. In this court, we uphold the fundamental belief that every individual is innocent until proven guilty, beyond a reasonable doubt. We must approach this trial with open minds, weighing the evidence presented by both prosecution and defense, and our relentless pursuit of the truth. The path we tread may be challenging, fraught with emotion, beset by the complexities of human nature. But let us remember that justice demands our unwavering commitment to the truth, our resolute dedication to fairness, and our unwavering belief in the integrity of this judicial process. In the end, we must remember that justice is not merely the conviction or acquittal of an individual, it is the preservation of the principles upon which our society stands. It's the assurance that when darkness befalls us, the light of truth shall guide us out of the shadows. With your collective wisdom and commitment to justice, I have no doubt that we will find our way. Thank you.
While I don't say this lightly, Mr. Grips, Andy Jones, and myself have something in common. We don't want to be here. Unfortunately.
Wow.
We are forced and dragged to listen to how Mr. Grips
Objection.
wrestled some pigs. That rhymes. What objection?
Relevance.
I'm building a case for you.
Sustained.
Massimo.
do that.
Yeah, go
Massimo.
get a.
Shut the fuck up,
Sustain.
Yeah,
Massimo.
I'll rephrase.
That was good, man.
Massimo,
I
if you keep
am
speaking, you're
certain
getting strike
that
points.
Mr. Grips has something important to say after me that will all make sense, and he'll show his total 100% innocence. Thank you, Your Honor.
Before you step down, Jim, quick question. You and Andy, did you and Andy coordinate those outfits together before you got here?
I mean,
White
No,
shoes,
no, Your Honor,
blue
I don't
shirt, black
even know
trousers.
his name, and I came to spectate.
Does anybody
See,
know who
she
you
doesn't know who I
are,
am.
Jim? Does
Sorry.
anybody know who you are, Jim?
I'm sorry, Jim.
Andy,
Yeah?
do you
Oh, hey,
recognize
Jim.
me now?
Yeah, hey, Jim.
You should just told her your lawyer.
So I just want to say that the Italian judge didn't count. He didn't have a visa.
Do I count, sir?
Do you have a visa?
I mean, I am a citizen of Los Santos, absolutely.
Okay,
but
yeah.
I am English, and you know, my mom is Italian.
The Chinese black market hands, they didn't count because the pig wrestling community didn't fully make it. Didn't make it an illegal way of
That's
winning
bullshit. You know it, Grips.
till 1999.
Massimo, 10 strike points. You want more? Keep it up.
They fully
Shut
didn't
the
make
fuck
the
up.
Chinese black market hands illegal until 2001. It was a loophole that's been going on for a few years. So I plead not guilty on cheating on my pig wrestling stuff.
You weren't charged for that,
Match.
sir.
The spoon does not fit in the cereal bowl. You must let me go because it's serial assault and killing.
I'm glad I've assembled a crack mind of legal experts for you, sir. Okay,
And
we're going to
he has a fake mullet too.
Unfortunate that he doesn't understand.
I
Hold
know.
me back.
Massimo,
I'll hold you
Yeah.
back. I'll hold you back.
that's a foul accusation, and we will have that
Oh my
assessed.
god.
I'm done.
Okay, I know it's real, Massimo, and it's
Oh.
beautiful, okay?
Then
We
we're
all
gonna
know it's real.
proceed.
He's just trying to get under your
State.
skin.
Who's your first witness? Who are we calling to the stand?
State calls Chris Cross to the stand.
Give me a-
Those shoes are exceedingly red, Mr. Cross.
Thank you.
If you can raise your left hand for me, Mr. Cross. Okay. Do you swear and affirm that the testimony you're about to give this court is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under the pains and penalties of perjury, up to and including death, maiming, mangulation, and being forgotten as quickly as Ezra Funkhauser was? So help you, Airborne.
Yes,
Oh.
I do.
Oh god.
Okay.
Your Honor. Never forget.
Never forget.
Never forget.
You ready, Your Honor?
Never forget.
I am ready, and he is all yours.
Okay. Deputy Cross, were you on duty on the 21st of June?
Yes, I was.
Did you respond to any noteworthy calls that day?
Yes, I did.
Is there a call in specific that you're referring to?
The main call that I responded to for the day was Job being injured outside of the SDSO.
Okay. Could you describe the scene upon your arrival?
Sure. I was in the SDSO speaking to the sheriff when a 311 came through about Joe being outside unconscious. The sheriff instructed me to go outside to deal with it. When I got outside, I seen Job unconscious. Massimo was beside him. We waited for a bit for a response from EMS. They were unavailable, and they had instructed us to self-transport.
Okay. And just for the record, what is Job and Massimo's relation?
I believe Job was Massimo's uncle.
Okay. What did the autopsy of Job Gossamer say was his cause of death?
The autopsy report indicated that the cause of death was an unknown poison at the time. There was some mutterings of it being a poison that comes from greasy pigs. I don't know how. I'm not a doctor myself, so I don't know if that even exists. But I was informed by the doctor that he was poisoned.
Was there
Honor, we'd like to present, if you could bring up the People's F autopsy of Job Gossamer.
Okay.
let me know when you have that autopsy report up there, Deputy Cross.
I've got it.
Could you please read for the courtroom what was his injuries right underneath, starting from head?
I've put that on the main screen for everybody, so everybody who can't see it can now see the autopsy report.
Thank you, Your Honor. Deputy Cross, if you will.
Head. Disfigured face. There was a note found in his mouth. The note said Gary Grips written on it. His left eye was also missing. On his neck, Gary Grips was carved into it.
I'm good.
Believed to be from a knife. His back, he had old scarring, and a pig-shaped hoof print bruise on his stomach. His legs, more hoof bruises. Sorry.
It's a hard word.
A cavity, a hockey puck was found, and when they opened up his chest, I don't know how that got there. His heart didn't have any blood in it. It was only grease. I don't even know. That's crazy. His lungs were healthy, besides a pog slammer found inside them.
A
That was
pog?
Massimo's. Yes, Massimo was very happy to get that back.
Limited edition.
All right, you
his
can
stomach.
go ahead.
There was a radium pill, but it was not digested.
Okay, that's enough. Gary, are you objecting? You speak up.
I'm objecting.
On the grounds.
What's the objection, sir?
On the grounds that he's stupid.
What the hell?
Okay.
I'm just
I have to
reading.
say opinion of a layperson, Your Honor.
Yeah, that opinion of what.
Oh.
He's never been laying his life.
Opinion of a layperson? Okay. The opinion of a layperson did make that autopsy report, and my Deputy Cross over here is simply reading the report out.
Your Honor, if I may, we have not established in this court that he's able to read. The objection
can't read.
still is... Not you!
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to settle this very quickly. Mr. Cross, can you read?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you
The
literate?
objection withdrawn.
I am Your
Okay,
Honor.
no. Mr. Cross, have you read a book in the past year?
And whatever he's saying now is going to be a lie and it's going to be perjury. You
No, I
understand?
haven't.
Oh, okay. He
Oh.
has not read a book in the past
I've
year.
read like pages of books in the past year, but I haven't
so what
read a
we're gonna
full
say?
book.
So, Mr. Cross, you'd say you were a filthy casual reader.
Yes.
What's your highest completed level of education, Cross?
Ooh.
I finished high school.
Am I doing it right?
How did
outside
you
of
get
high
hired at the SDSO? You're overqualified. Never mind.
Fair.
I was a security
okay.
guard for a bit at Spencer's in the mall.
Spencer's.
That's good experience. That is good experience.
Yeah, that's what they hired me, I think.
So, what I'll do for you, Mr. Grips, while I'm not going to not going to sustain your objection, I am going to overrule it. I am, however, going to weigh Mr. Cross's testimony as a filthy casual reader.
Aha!
He's going down. He's going to jail.
Read a book, Mr. Cross.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes,
Read it.
Deputy Cross, did you participate in the interrogation of Gary Grips on June 23rd?
I did.
Did Gary Grips say anything out of the ordinary during this interrogation?
Objection. Vague.
You have a rebuttal.
I'm getting somewhere with there. I mean, obviously it's interrogation. He's going to
Absolutely. What I'm going to do, I'm going to overrule the objection. I'm going to give you a couple of questions to cook with, right? I'm going to give you a little bit of latitude, so you can be a little vague as long as we get somewhere at the end. How does that feel, Mr. McCreel?
Sounds fair, Your Honor. We're getting somewhere, I promise.
Okay. Cook, McCreel, cook.
All right, let me cook. I'm going to repeat the question for you, Deputy Cross. Did Gary Grips say anything out of the ordinary during this interrogation?
Yes, he did.
Could you elaborate?
He said a lot of things that were out of the ordinary. He had mentioned multiple times that he had committed multiple murders to get ahead in the pig grease wrestling scene.
It's Greasy Pig.
So my apologies. In the greasy pig wrestling scene, he had claimed that one of the people that he killed didn't count because they were Italian, so it doesn't count as a murder.
Just to be clear,
No visa.
You're referring to the judges?
I am referring to 3 of the judges that he admitted to killing.
And then the 4th one was the Italian one. Is that correct? Just so I get your statement correct.
That is correct. That he doesn't consider a person, I suppose.
Okay.
No, he didn't have a visa.
Okay. Mr. Krause, what is your nationality?
Italian American.
I think we needed him.
Are you proud to be Italian, Mr. Krause?
I am. Very much so.
Did Gary Grips state anything about Massimo's parents during this interrogation?
Yes, he did. He also mentioned that he had killed Massimo's mom and dad, and that he was trying to end the Gossamer bloodline. I even questioned him a little bit further on what Massimo has ever done to him specifically, and he didn't have an answer for that. He just wanted him dead because he was related to Job.
Did Gary Grips say anything about Massimo's best friend Snake during this interrogation?
He did. He mentioned that he killed him as well.
Did Gary Grips mention anything about one of his firstborn child during this interrogation?
Unfortunately,
Think about my firstborn
he
child.
did.
Can you elaborate on what Gary Grips mentioned about his firstborn child during this interrogation?
Well, Gary, unfortunately, informed us that he attempted to hold his newborn child, his firstborn, but his hands were too big and greasy that the child unfortunately slipped out of his hands, fell to the ground, and passed away.
Jesus.
Did you participate in the raid of Gary Grips on June 23rd?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
Sorry,
at this moment in time, I'd like to point everyone's attention to the People's A under the evidence of Gary's apartment 1 through 5. Those photos. I will wait until everyone has it up.
McGrill, do you want any of those on the big screen? Anything you specifically wanted to?
If you could go through them one at a time, that'd be great. Deputy, let me know when you have the first photo up. Gary's apartment 1 up, Cross.
There it is. Thanks, Adams.
I've got it.
Thank you. Okay. Can you explain what you found in the sink and the bathtub during this raid?
So when I entered the bathroom, honestly, probably one of the cleaner places in his place, which is surprising.
This is such a
but
stupid
there was
court
a ton of
case.
sandwiches in the bathtub.
Uh-huh.
I believe they were Italian sandwiches.
They were pastrami.
So they were Italian sandwiches.
Yeah.
Which makes me a little upset. And I also there was a pair of severed hands in.
I have receipts for that purchase.
Okay. Can you please bring up Gary's apartment 2, Your Honor? Thank you so much. Deputy Cross, can you explain to the courtroom what you found in Gary's raid in apartment picture 2?
In the second photo.
Take your time. I know it's hard, Deputy Cross.
It is hard. It was a gruesome scene. In his bedroom, there was lots of stuff on the bed, not seen in this photo. Everywhere else, though, there was just piles and piles of grease. Unfortunately, I had slipped on that grease entering his apartment as well. In this photo, it wasn't anything else but that. I believe his bedroom was pretty clean besides his bed and the secret door.
We can move on to the next picture. Can you explain to the courtroom what you found during the raid in this photo, Deputy Cross?
Yeah, it seemed like there was a pig hooves and a ton of blood on his bed. I think he... Well, I don't want to speculate, but I think he sleeps with them like stuffed animals.
Okay. Next photo, Your Honor, please. Deputy Cross, can you please explain to the courtroom what you found during the raid in this photo?
Yeah, there was a hidden compartment, like a little door next to his bed. I don't know if you want to wait till we go to the next photo before I tell you what was behind there.
Well,
but,
it's in the photo, actually. It's in the photo.
Oh, sorry. In the door, there was tons of bones. Several bodies worth.
How did
bones.
How did you know there was a secret door in his apartment, Deputy Cross?
I was...
He told us. He told us.
Sorry,
he told us.
think. I was informed by
Gary Grips,
you and Deputy Lasagna about the secret door because I was watching when you found it.
Okay. Did Gary Grips say anything about the bones covered in grease inside the secret door?
It's a good way to preserve it.
I do not recall.
Fuck. All right. We can move on to the next photo. In this last picture from the raid, Deputy Cross, can you please explain to the courtroom what you found, what you saw in this raid?
Yeah, next to his bed was a photo of Job and Massimo. Massimo was younger in that photo. I'm unsure why he has that there, but
sweet,
it was there.
All right. I personally don't have any other further questions for Deputy Cross.
Anything else from the state before we move over to cross-examination?
Negative, Your Honor.
I was really hoping he was going to say
Then
that
we
he
are
showed
gonna
us and told
pass
us
on
about it,
over.
but whatever. Nope,
Yeah.
nope.
Oh, Massimo
Sorry.
has something.
No, Massimo doesn't have anything.
Massimo has nothing.
You sure, Massimo?
Are you sure, Massimo? 100%?
At the advice of my fellow deputies, I have
Now,
nothing.
come on.
Wait, no,
Pussy!
Massimo, I'm going to ask you the question because I need to know this. Are you intimidated?
Yeah, he is. But by me.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Who would I be intimidated by exactly? Are you asking?
Oh, the man who killed your entire family.
Is Eugene just
Yeah, he's scared.
running in here?
You know what I'm intimidated by, Judge? I'm intimidated by the fact that we sit here in this room and there is a chance that justice will not be found. I'm intimidated by a man who is admitted to killing my whole family, being let go free.
Okay, now he's just testifying.
By a man with a bowler's hat as his lawyer.
Objection!
Okay.
Whoa.
Also, is Eugene just a part
Permission
of
to
this
show
now?
a picture on the slide.
The witness is all yours.
Cross, what's your rank? I don't want to address you improperly.
Deputy.
Deputy Cross. Can you go ahead and reference the same medical examiner's coroner's report that you were just reading off for us? Can you read me specifically the part where it begins with heart and the examination of it? Just that one sentence there.
No blood in his heart, only grease.
All right, perfect. And can you read off the part that also says stomach?
The radium pill was found undigested inside of his stomach as well as grease.
All right, perfect. And then the first sentence of the toxicology unknown poison radium.
The unknown poison seemed to have caused his heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
All right, perfect.
What about the other injuries
Mr. Cross,
on him?
are you aware? Sorry, Deputy Cross. Are you aware of how digestion happens in the human body?
I mean, a very base understanding, I believe.
Can you explain that to us?
Jones a doctor?
Your stomach acid breaks stuff down.
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm. And are you able to do this without heart? Or sorry, not heart. Without blood in your body?
Opinion of a
pumping from the
layperson.
Yeah, go for it.
Objection, opinion of a layperson.
That is the strangest objection on your own person. Damn. Sorry, Cross.
We will absolutely add Chris Cross as a layperson to the list on the public
for her.
record.
To be clear,
We'll
Your Honor,
sustain
I'm
that
asking
objection.
for what he's aware of, not necessarily a professional expert opinion here.
Do I answer? Sorry.
No, yes, I'm gonna scrap my own sustaining objection, and we're gonna rule it. And I want to hear the answer. If you're willing to answer, I want to hear it.
I guess if the grease wasn't acidic and didn't have like a pH level to break stuff down, I guess it wouldn't.
So would you agree that without the presence of blood in the human body, the body would not be able to break things down, such as the radium pill that's talked about in this toxicology report? Or coroner.
It's like she's testifying.
Yeah.
To my knowledge, it shouldn't.
Perfect, which is stated in the coroner's report. However, as you stated, there is unknown poison seemed to have caused the heart attack. So in your opinion, obviously not professional again, what could have caused it if the poison already in his body was never broken down? I
feel like how would they
I can
know?
feel an objection cooking from your side, so I'm going to go ahead and rephrase and move on to a different line of questioning.
Perfect.
Were there any?
No,
you're
you
fine,
can
you're fine.
lead. You can lead. You can lead.
Were
It's
there?
Cross.
Do you see any signs in this coroner's report or on the body of injection wounds?
It's carved Gary Grips into his neck.
Is there any other proven evidence, in your opinion, from reading this coroner's report, of there being poison in his system?
Well, the doctor had said that there was poison in his system, as well as, I mean, there's other ways. His neck was cut with a knife. That could have been poisoned. That could have been what introduced it to his system. There was no needle marks, but that's not the only way that poison could get into you.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to re-highlight the sentence that you read, which is unknown poison seemed to have caused his heart attack.
Seemed.
Deputy Cross, when things seem a certain way, does that always guarantee that they're true?
She's trying, though. She's trying.
All right, perfect. No more questions.
Oh, hey, Big T.
Hey, Big T.
How's it going?
Pled guilty to everything except for serial assaults and killings because he thought that it meant actual serial.
Well, that makes sense.
And then during both of his lawyers, his lawyer and his legal aid have both asked to leave numerous times. And then he just asked them to break him out of prison because he thinks he was going to lose. So, going pretty well.
Okay.
What the frick are you wearing, boss?
Sorry, I just got out of Parsons.
I've discussed
Your
that
Honor.
with the other members of the judiciary present. What I'm going to say is, while I and the court has taken note of the inconsistencies within the medical report, and that the highlighted issues will be addressed in deliberation, absolutely. I think there's still evidential value within the report, so I'm not going to strike it. But those issues, those inconsistencies, have been noted for the record. I want to thank
Your
you
Honor.
for that, Ms. Jones. That was very well done.
Wasn't
Okay.
it? Hey, thanks.
Wait, so what happened?
Yes, it
Did it
was.
get struck from the record? Or?
We are going to proceed.
No.
Okay.
What the hell just
More
happened?
questions?
Said
Oh,
we'll
nothing
think about
happened.
that when
Deputy
we
Cross.
do things, but we're not striking that.
Or are we letting this witness slide?
1 moment, Your Honor.
Am I allowed to cross-examine him?
You got a question for him?
Yeah.
I'll let you ask questions.
All right. So, what's your first and last name, Deputy?
Crisscross.
Mm-hmm. So, what'd you what'd you think about all that grease in his hat?
I was just bragging.
What do you mean?
You don't think that a grease would be a cause of death rather than a murder?
Well, I'm not the doctor.
You're not a doctor, but most people would believe.
Objection leading.
You have a layperson that's
Is that bad?
Please lead that
Can
question.
lead, they can lead
Objection.
and cross.
You can
Oh,
lead.
fuck.
You can lead if
Objection! Opinion of a layperson.
Okay.
Counter, we're allowed to lead on cross?
Yeah, that's what I
You
meant to say. Is
absolutely
what Sonya
100%
said.
allowed to lead.
Yes,
layperson.
However, opinion of a layperson. Yes, Deputy Cross has already been entered into the court record as a filthy casual reader and also
Well, we tried.
a layperson in general.
Yep.
You know, non-expert on anything.
Your Honor, I actually took 2 years of medical school online. I know about greasing hearts.
Spicy.
Where does he know about that?
Okay, so
Spicy.
what do I ask next?
What? This was your idea.
Do you have any more questions, or are we going to allow them on
Yeah,
step?
I have 2 more questions.
2 more questions. Let's see what they are.
So, the Deputy Cross. Do you know anything about Chinese black market hands that were purchased in China?
I know that you had Chinese black market hands, and you slapped me upside the head with them one time, and it was like
Damn.
a baseball bat hit me.
And you know page 3 of paragraph 1, sentence 3 in the pig wrestling greased up community clearly
He's
states
never read anything that in depth, Mr.
Clear-
Grips.
clearly states that Chinese black market hands only became illegal in 2001.
Is that your
Objection
question?
relevance?
Is that your
Does he know what year it is?
That doesn't.
What about
that's-
scope?
that's
So,
still illegal.
Scope.
Link
So-
Foundation,
Scope.
hopefully.
What do I do now?
Question: how's he laying foundation with his final question?
Let him
So
cook.
you know the pig wrestling community
Okay,
never
I'll let
fully
him cook.
made.
I'll let him cook.
Thank
You
Your
know they
Honor.
never fully made Chinese black market hands illegal until 2001.
I could do
You're
scope, right?
asking me?
No, I'm telling you that.
Okay.
Relevance. Scope.
So
Objection
therefore-
counsel is testifying?
What's
He's laying
happening?
foundation. He's laying foundation. He's cooking.
So
question.
Still cooking. Still cooking.
Grips, ask the question.
Asking the truth, the judge is what?
I can't.
he's hostile, Your Honor. He threatened to kill me. I'm in fear of my life.
Not that
I don't want
I
to
will
be
not-
here.
I know you don't want to be here. I don't blame you. You're facing very serious charges. However, if you've got any questions, ask them. If you
Okay,
feel like
okay.
he's being hostile, I'll allow you to badger him a little bit.
Hi.
Oh, so I
Hi.
can badger him? Like, what is that like?
As long as
physically
you
Physical
don't
resistance is
throw
hostile.
Massimo
No, it
on the
isn't
stand,
physically
Okay.
punching.
we're good.
Kind of shouting at him a bit.
Open and shut.
It's almost done.
So, listen, do I seem like a sane person to you, Mr. Deputy?
Oh my gosh, here goes the insanity plea.
Not at all.
What? Do I seem mentally healthy to you, Deputy?
Here we go.
Not really. No.
Do you think I know where I am right now?
Yes.
Here we go.
What made you to believe that?
Well, you know, you've mentioned multiple times that we're in court. You pled guilty to multiple charges. You've contested multiple charges. I
We
think
did
so.
find
I
a
think
knife
you-
with
What do I
I
ask?
think you
blood
know
on.
why you're here.
Why is there a dinosaur? No, I'm not answering that. So, Mr. Deputy, you'd say that why would I need to kill judges if Chinese black market hands weren't made illegal in the big wrestling community till 2001? Clearly stated in page 3, paragraph 1, sentence 12.
I never asked you why you did that.
I
but
rest
sure,
my
yeah.
case, Your Honor.
Okay.
Okay.
Not the whole case.
You got my
You're
ass.
The
No,
whole
not the
case
whole
was
case.
just ending. It was just ending questioning. Okay.
Yeah, just end the question.
Okay. Anything on redirect for Deputy Chris Cross? Would you like to firm anything up? Go over anything that the defense has gone over that you feel like needs reasserting?
I think it's fine.
No, I think we're good.
Okay, Deputy Cross, you may step down. Thank you for your testimony here today. It has been appreciated. Who's
Thank
next?
you, Your Honor.
The state calls up Massimo Gossamer.
Oh, here we go.
Yep.
Boo!
Massimo Gossamer, approach.
Boo!
Massimo, go sit in that chair over there.
Massimo in the chair. In the chair.
Boo!
Your Honor, can we get something done in the chair, buddy? about Gary?
Yeah, Massimo.
It's a hostile crowd.
Just
No,
kinda
stop
Gary.
it,
Massimo.
Your Honor, this is a clear-cut case of bias.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Are you ready?
Testing, testing.
Visual
Stop
fam
it.
for me.
Woo yeah.
Okay. Do you swear and affirm that the testimony you're about to give this cause the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under the pains and penalties of perjury? Up to and including a slap on the back of the head, the cutting off of your mullet, the burning of a flag in Sonora Desert, the declaration publicly at an SDSO meeting that there was a war in Sandy Shore.
Oh, there was no war in Sandy Shores.
There was no war in Sandy
There was
Shores.
no war in Sandy Shores.
There was absolutely a war in Sandy Shore.
There
It was a war in Sandy Shores.
Okay.
I was in that.
So help you, the multi-headed, multi-named god with more faces than a snake.
In the Chinese black
Fine,
market.
Master
Say
Bogan.
snake.
Yeah, fuck Snake.
Screw you, asshole. He'll
Okay.
get his revenge. Justice for
All
a
right,
snake.
okay, all right,
Justice
okay,
for a
okay.
snake.
I need you to swear in on Draught or Manchester Bogan.
What?
I do. You can now pronounce me witness.
Okay, you're sworn in, but now that you're sworn in, I just need to know, is the mullet real?
Of
No, it's-
course.
Your
This
Honor,
is a
it's a
carefully
Chinese.
manicured piece of hair.
It's a Chinese black market mullet.
Screw you. No one deals in China except for you. You understand?
Okay.
Your Honor, there appears to be an objection from the sheriff to utilizing that particular deity to swear this witness in.
Oh, we don't want to use that one. Oh, fake God?
Can
Fake
we
God?
counter? Can we counter?
Jesus.
I counter.
We counter who asked?
Yeah, I counter. Who the hell
Oh.
asked?
Well, there's only I guess we go with the real deity. We go with the real deity. Will you swear by Uber Haxor Nova?
Wait, who's that?
Better.
What?
Uber
Whatever.
Haxor Nova.
Okay.
Do you swear?
Yes. All right, I do.
Okay, he's sworn in, and he's all yours, McReal.
Okay.
Yes.
Massimo, how you doing today?
Could be better, Senior Dip. I stand across someone who's trying to end my bloodline and who's killed my parents and abducted my best friend Snake
I swear to
using
God. I'm waiting for objection.
mimes.
Okay.
No.
Massimo, how long have you known Gary Grips for?
Over 20 years.
And what is your relationship with Gary Grips?
Rivals, enemies.
Why would you say that you're rivals or enemies with him?
My Uncle Job and my family were champion greased pig wrestlers up until Gary Grips got his Chinese hand enlarging surgery and became a back-to-back champion in the late 90s.
Okay.
He was jealous of our family's success. We were a household name in greased pig wrestling.
During these pig wrestling championships, were there greased pig wrestling,
Greasy.
whatever?
Pig wrestling is a separate sport, and we consider it to be softball to our baseball, sir.
Greasy pig wrestling.
That is true.
Right? Greasy pig wrestling. That's what it's called.
Greased pig wrestling.
Greased. Okay. During your
It's very
time
prestigious.
in greased pig wrestling, did you ever hear anything about any judges disappearing?
Yes, there was the first year Gary Grips had won, to our surprise, beating my Uncle Job. I'm sorry, the year before that was the year you got your hand enlarging surgery. What year? I think it was 97.
In 1997.
97. The year before that, my Uncle Job won. And because Gary Grips didn't like the judging, it was suspected that he killed 3 of the judges and a 4th Italian with no visa.
Okay. Why do you think this speculation happened?
Because he didn't like the score. He was the runner-up. And all during the tournament, he was threatening the judges' lives. Threatening he would do things. And we all just, oh, yeah, that's Gary just being Gary. But then the judges went missing.
Gary being Gary, that's good. Now, you said that's just Gary being Gary. Was this violent behavior or assumption of violent behavior something common that people found in Gary Grips?
Yeah, Gary was known to have a hot temper. He would frequently lose it at the bar.
Did Gary Grips brag about things he might have allegedly did to these judges?
Of course, he'd always say things like, wouldn't it be weird if it turned out that I killed those judges? Wouldn't it be weird? And then he'd say it like that, and we'd all be like, did you kill him? And he's like, I don't know. Wouldn't it be weird, though?
It'd be so weird.
Yeah, he kept saying stuff like that, and it made us believe that he was the one that actually killed the 3 judges and then the 4th Italian with no visa.
Okay.
No visa.
Which we don't have to count in the record. It's just the 3 judges, really.
What?
He had no visa.
Just ignore that last
to strike
thing.
that from the record?
Yeah, ignore the Italian hatred for Massimo for some reason.
No, there's no hatred for
Yo, he just didn't have a
didn't
visa.
technically count because of the paperwork. He was working illegally.
Massimo, that's still a person.
I need to know. I need to clarify this. Massimo, do you believe illegal aliens don't count as human beings?
Well, no, I mean, I'm just saying from a paperwork standpoint.
Yep, that is true.
They don't
I say
exist.
we just skip this whole question.
Okay, yeah, please continue, McCrill. Let's move this one along.
Massimo.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear about your Uncle Job. How did you find out about it?
Oh, I was there when he keeled over in front of me, out in front of the SDSO. We were making amends. It had been years since we've spoken.
Mm-hmm.
He came to say sorry for all the things that he had done, for neglecting me and putting the sport before our relationship. And then just as we were making plans to start anew, he clutched his heart, keeled over, and died.
Did you notice anything odd about him in that moment?
Yeah, he had all kinds of marks, and he was disfigured, and he was missing an eye.
What kind of marks,
And he was
Massimo?
favoring his neck.
He was
Slashes.
He was favoring his neck?
Yeah, he kept holding onto his neck. Thought he was trying to hide a hickey. He was always so popular with the ladies.
Very popular with the ladies.
It turns out Gary Grips carved his name into his neck.
Okay, that's speculation. No objection.
Oh!
I'm just going to keep going.
Son of a bitch, how could you?
So, Massimo, we've have mention of your friend Snake there. Could you tell us a little about your best friend Snake?
What can I say about Snake that hasn't already been said? He was my best friend. He was more than that, really. He was the first time I ever explored another person's anatomy.
And just to be clear, Snake is a
Are you just
man,
turning
right?
into a-
He's a human?
Yeah, his
Okay.
real name was Andrew.
Not a snake, not a pet snake, a human
No,
snake.
Thank you. Needed that.
I have a picture of him I'd like to show the court.
I want to see the picture.
Motion to add evidence? Okay.
Words can't really describe who Snake was, but I feel like this picture really shows our closeness. Before I could really figure out who I was, he was taken from me. He was abducted by mimes that Gary Grips hired. Justice for Snake.
Oh, God.
Wow. To the courtroom, I'd like to show a young Massimo with his best friend and potential lover, Snake.
They do look exceedingly close. The potential all lost now, obviously.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing with us, Massimo.
Of course, this is all about Snake.
When's the last time you saw Snake?
It was that night.
My legal team.
We spent the night. He spent the night quite often. His parents kind of neglected him, and he found a home at the Gossamer house.
Are we winning?
And, well, we stayed up underneath the cover with flashlights, Dutch ovening each other, you know, as a fun prank. And then we fell asleep, passed out from the fumes. As I woke up, he was gone. It was still warm on his side of the mattress. All I saw were notes written in French saying, we have your best friend. It was written in French, you know, you get the idea. And a beret was left on the doorknob.
Okay. What do you believe happened to Snake? Speculation.
For many years, I was led to believe that mimes
Don't say it, Massimo.
abducted my parents and my best friend Snake, but I didn't know why. I'd grown a hatred for them. As a matter of fact, I've started the Mime Hunter Task Force at the
my God.
SDSO, a group committed to rounding up mimes and bringing them to justice. I had no idea Gary Grips had hired them, that he was the mastermind, the puppeteer the whole time.
Now, Massimo, how do you know that Gary Grips has done these heinous crimes?
He confessed it during an interrogation.
God.
He confessed to everything.
And by everything, you mean about what?
He confessed to the killing of my parents, Uncle Joe, Snake, the 3 judges, plus the Italian one, and his own child. And he promised me he would tell me where my parents' bones lay.
You
I
shut
have
your
yet to
damn
have
mouth.
any sort of vigil, a funeral, a commemoration of them in any way.
Okay. Massimo, were
He's
you
a
on...
sick man, you're on.
Sick man indeed.
I'm not sick.
Were you on duty on June 22nd, 2023?
Yes.
Did you attend the SDSO meeting this day?
Yes.
Was Gary Grips at the SDSO on that day?
He was.
Can you tell the courtroom what Gary Grips was doing at the SDSO that day?
Yes, Gary Grips showed up to my place of employment, the SDSO, where I am known as a cadet, but also super cop. I'm making quite a name for myself over there. Things are going quite well.
Oh my God.
And he came to threaten me. And he said, I'm going to do to you what I did to your Uncle Job. And we told him to leave.
Getting no pass. Okay.
And we thought he left.
Did Gary Grips leave the property after being told to leave?
He did not, sir.
Was Gary Grips given any sort of warnings that if he returned to the property, he would be arrested?
Yes, I believe you were the one that gave him that warning, sir.
And did Gary Grips return after this warning?
He sure did. We were having a morning meeting on top of the roof where my co-general of the goon squad and best friend Dmitry Barkov spotted him with his binoculars.
Okay.
He was hiding in a bush, so I ran down to face him.
Did you attempt to arrest Gary Grips?
I did.
What
He was
happened?
confessing.
What happened when you attempted to arrest Gary Grips? I have to keep cutting him off, otherwise he's going to keep talking.
As I started to read his Miranda rights, Gary Grips ran like the coward son of a bitch he is into the nearest ammunition.
And just to be clear, you're talking about the ammunition near the SDSO.
That's right, just behind the station there.
Okay. What did you find when you ran inside of the ammunition?
There he was, holding a knife, threatening me. And I told him he had the count of 3 to put it down. I counted 1, 2, and he proceeded to put the knife back in his pocket.
And anybody else wondering whether or not Massimo can actually get to 3? Just me?
I can get there.
You just did, Your Honor. Okay.
1, 2. Then he pulled out the knife again. And he started charging me with it before I could count to 4. And we shot him down.
Now, when you say we, can you clarify who we was?
Well, sir, it was myself, Senior Dep Roy, Senior Dep Neil McReal, yourself, Deputy Lasagna. It felt like Sergeant Silas. Felt like the whole squad was there in support of me.
So
For
the
the first
the-
time, felt
The
supported.
entire SDSO witnessed this, would you say?
That's right. And Hannaford.
What's an objection?
Okay. Massimo, do you feel that your life was in danger at that moment?
I did. I tried to de-escalate, and it did not work. I only resulted
Objection,
to
Your
lethal.
Honor.
What's the objection?
You stop talking.
Everything.
Objecting to everything.
Yes.
So this is like a toddler tantrum kind of objection.
It's definitely something he's doing.
I have a rebuttal. I have a rebuttal.
Okay.
No.
What?
Oh, that's persuasive. That's persuasive. So I'm going to go with McReal, and I'm going to overrule that objection and just say no.
Okay.
Damn, you're so
Thank
close.
you, Your Honor. Massimo, did you take part in the interrogation of Gary Grips on June 22nd, 2023?
I did.
Can you explain? Did Gary Grips state anything out of the ordinary during this interrogation?
The whole thing fell out of the ordinary, sir. He admitted to killing and abducting my parents and best friend Snake, pictured above. He also admitted to killing his firstborn child, which was tough to hear. He admitted to the Chinese hand enlarging surgery, and he said he knew the whereabouts of my parents' bones.
Did he tell you where your parents' bones were?
He did not. It's the only reason I'm here today. That, and to give Snake justice.
Did Gary Grips mention anything about a man named Cletus Hickey during the interrogation?
Yes, I believe so. Details are fuzzy.
Can you, if you recall anything, what do you recall about what he stated about Cletus Hickey during the interrogation? If you don't remember, you can say I don't recall.
I'm sorry, I don't recall.
Okay.
My emotions are high, Senior Dip.
Okay. Your Honor, at this time, I'd like to reference the People's A, specifically the text from Gary to Massimo. I will wait until it is up on the projector. Thank you, Your Honor.
There it is. I'm sorry to say goodbye to Snake.
Your Honor.
He is gone, but his memory is still with us.
You know, Massimo can't even spell justice right. So, isn't there an objection for that?
I would like to remember that he is a member of the SDSO.
Yes.
So
Your Honor,
you
I
want
do
us to
work-
enter Massimo into the official court record as... Did you complete high school, Massimo?
I did not.
Okay. Well, we're going to enter Massimo as someone who's trying under the court record.
Thank you,
I
Your
am
Honor.
under current tutoring with the nice folks at Kuman.
Oh. I hope that goes well for you, sir.
It's going great.
Okay. Talking about the picture that is up on the board. Massimo, did you receive any texts from Gary talking about Job?
Yes, I did, and if you would allow me the opportunity here to...
Well, we'll get to
yes, he sent a text saying it was a shame.
that. Hold on, Massimo. Is that the text on the board? Exactly what you were going to read?
To be honest, I'm having trouble seeing it from here.
Okay.
Let me get up.
You can approach the screen if you want to go have a look at the big screen. Massimo, are those glasses
Yes.
prescription? Do we need to get you thicker rims?
No, I just got him right off the shelf at the gas station.
Maybe you should see an optician.
Your Honor, are you an optometrist?
No, I'm a judge.
Okay, let's just take it easy on the prescription talk. Okay, I'm just saying, he's out of his depth here.
I see what you do there.
Massimo, you didn't even finish high school. Refer to me as out my depth one more time. You'll be spending the rest of the day in Bolingbrook.
Massimo.
Don't double down, Massimo.
Don't do it. Don't double
Massimo, is the text up on the board the message you received from Gary Grips?
Yes, Senior Dip, correct.
Okay. Doing your best and most appropriate Gary Grips impersonation. Can you please reenact the text messages between the two of you?
Gary. It was a shame what happened to Job, wasn't it? Massimo. Who is this? Gary. You know who I am. I'll always be watching. I see you. Massimo. I will end you, Gary. Gary. I have the knife that carved into Job.
Okay. And just to be clear, very good, Massimo. And just to be clear, that number is Gary Grips' phone number.
Correct.
Okay. Your Honor, at this moment in time, I'd like you to please put up on the board from the People's A calls from Gary to Massimo right after prison. There's two, but I think only one is necessary. Massimo, did you receive any phone calls from Gary Grips?
I did.
And these phone calls, did you receive them after he was sentenced to prison?
I did. I received numerous phone calls.
Can you explain what these phone calls entailed?
They were of a braggadocious nature. You like that word? Not bad for a high school dropout, huh?
It's a big word. I like it. Good shit.
Big word.
They were of a braggadocious nature, explaining to me how he was going to be set free. And once he was set free, he would continue hunting me to end the Gossamer bloodline. He made this threat multiple times and even bragged about starting a greased pig wrestling community within the jail.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I believe they brought pigs to him at Bolingbrook, which I have an issue with.
Okay. Your Honor, can you please put up from the People's A evidence Gary trespassing?
Am I Gary?
That one.
Yes. Your Honor, in the courtroom, I'd like to note that this is a photo from June 22nd, 2023 of Gary refusing to leave SDSO property and hiding in a bush. And as you can see, he's wearing the exact same thing.
Your Honor.
That's me.
I never consented to that photo.
Did you ask him to take that photo, Senior Dip?
I didn't need to ask him.
Yeah, that literally doesn't matter.
Okay. And then, sorry, was there more, Gary?
No.
Okay, and lastly, Your Honor, could you please put up the ammunition scene for actually two more things. Can you put up the ammunition scene and evidence in the People's A? Warning to the courthouse, it is very, very graphic.
Very gruesome.
Very
Very
gruesome.
graphic.
Everybody else, if you have a sensitive stomach, you may want to look away.
Massimo, is this the scene where Gary Grips tried to attack you?
It is.
Okay. Last but not least, Your Honor, if you could please put up Gary's possessions under the People's A. Massimo, is that knife on Gary's person the same knife that he had in his hands?
I believe it is. Yes, sir.
Okay. No further questions for me personally, Your Honor.
Anybody else from the state got any questions before?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, hell yeah. Here we go.
Deputy Massimo, just to
I had to
clarify,
cut
you've
Massimo
known
off a couple times for saying
the
stupid
defendant for 20 plus
Massimo
years.
Correct.
Massimo is
Is he
absolutely
acting
out
the
of his
same
fucking mind.
now as he has for that time?
He is. He's always been this way.
Further, Your Honor.
Okay.
Good.
Cross-examination time.
Ooh. Good stuff, Sonia. Good stuff.
The insanity plea right there.